Hey guys, it's Brett, your independent Scentsy consultant. I'm here with my warm reviews of the Holiday 2024 bricks. So I'm outside doing holiday brick warm reviews. It's kind of weird, but it's October 9th today and it's really nice out. So I'm going to do a video outside. It's just kind of easier to set it up out here. Brad's in there eating and stuff, so I'm going to do a little warm review here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And then I'll talk about how much they are and everything at the end after I'm done here. I'm going to go from my least favorite to my favorite, and they have changed a little bit from my cold sniffs. So coming in at number 5 is Christmas Tree. So Christmas Tree is fresh air, pine needles, and pine wood. So also before I get started, I took my time warming through these. I started, let's see, right after I did my first sniffs. So the good thing about having bricks is you can warm them in multiple places, because I was able to warm them in an open, I did all of them on the open concept, and then I did them in the bedroom. I did a few of them in the hallway, small half bath. But when you only have one bar, it's hard to do that because I have to have at least a whole bar in my open concept. So if I do open concept, I'm not going to be able to warm it anywhere else because I'm going to use the whole bar in the open concept. If I do less than a whole bar in the open concept, it's probably not going to work very well. But with these, since there's so much, I was able to do enough in the open concept, and then also had enough to do in other places. So that's kind of why it took me a little bit longer. So I was taking my time and doing them in different places, and made some samples and everything, sent those out yesterday. So now I'm ready for my warm reviews. Anyway, Christmas Tree. So I first warmed this in the hallway half bath. I did just a little bit in. I had my little Simply Diamond warmer in there plugged in on the sink, and then I had my mini warmer in there. I think I had the pumpkin one, the new pumpkin one. I can't remember the name of it. It's the new pumpkin one. That's kind of orange pumpkin color. I got it at SFR giveaways. Can't remember the name right now off the top of my head, but it's the pumpkin one. Had it in there, closed the door, went back in like an hour or so later, and it was super strong, like really strong, almost like too much strong. I said on my first sniffs it had a little bit of a cat pee kind of smell to it. Some people had never heard of tree scents having cat pee. I don't know about in wax, but in the candle community, when I used to burn candles a lot, that was definitely a thing. A lot of pine scents kind of could come off cat pee like. Like Yankee Candle had a candle called Christmas Wreath, but a lot of people thought it smelled like cat pee, so they kind of renamed it Cat Pee Wreath. So that does kind of happen with some pine scents. Just sometimes gets a little bit of a cat pee kind of a smell to it. So I thought that on cold, but when I'm warming, luckily I didn't get that cat pee smell at all. But in that small half bath, there was a little bit of an astringent, almost kind of mentholy, super astringent, like tree sap kind of thing going on here when I opened the door. Like I said, I had the door closed, though that probably didn't help. Small little half bath. I'm like, whoa, that's just too much. I didn't enjoy it. So then after it calmed down a little bit later in the day, it got a little bit better, and it wasn't too bad. Still not one of my favorite tree scents, so I don't know what it was about it. It wasn't one of my favorites. So then I tried it in the open concept because I thought, okay, so super strong, that little half bath, maybe in the open concept it'll be bigger and spread out. It won't be so strong. It'll be nicer. Well, it had the complete opposite effect in the open concept. It was so light, I could barely smell it. I got little hints of it here and there, real lightly, but yeah, I couldn't smell it very well. Then I tried it a third time in our master bedroom, master bath. It did better in there. It wasn't as strong as it was in the small bath, but it wasn't as light as it was in the open concept. So that was probably the best area, was in the master bedroom. It was just kind of a nice light medium in there. Still wasn't real strong, but it was on the lighter side, but closer to medium than super light like it was in the open concept. But I'm just not really crazy about this scent. It's just an okay scent. It's pleasant, but it's not a purchase for me. I feel like it's just kind of missing something. It doesn't give me those classic, it doesn't make me think of like Christmas when I was a kid, because sometimes certain tree scents will like totally remind me of when I was a child and give me all that kind of nostalgia kind of vibes and feels. This didn't give that to me though. It was okay, but it felt like it was missing something to give it that kind of a nostalgia kind of a feeling to me. There's almost a little bit of a freshness to this. I mean, it's got the fresh air, so that's probably what it is. It's not overly Christmas tree, but yet it is Christmas tree. Yeah, I just feel like it was kind of missing something. It was just definitely not one of my more favorite Christmas tree scents to me. There's something in it I just didn't absolutely love. So I actually got Very Snowy Spruce. I think I might have did this in my cold sniffs. I can't remember. Just to compare. Yeah, there's something more in here. There's just like a punch of something more in here. This one's balsam, spruce, cedar branches, amber, woody pine cones. Maybe it's the balsam pine cones and stuff. The balsam just, I think, gives an extra little something that this doesn't have. Yeah, this is just kind of bland compared to that. And then I have Sweet Orange and Evergreen. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, that's really good. This has definitely got a deeper, got that little punch to it as well. Gives you those nostalgic feelings. Yeah, this was pleasant, but just kind of nothing too exciting for me personally. And I'll warm through the rest here, but I'm not going to get any more. I don't need to get any more, and I wouldn't repurchase this. But I might be in the minority of that because I've seen some other reviews and a lot of people seem to like this fairly well. I've heard a lot of people say it's light, but I think most people like it okay. But I mean, it was okay, but yet I didn't really like it at the same time, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's my number 5. Put this all here so I know I'm done with that. Alright, number 4 is Warm Winter Night. And this is bourbon, citrus, and brown sugar. So I said on cold sniffs, this is very confusing to describe, and it still is, even on warming. It is good. It just has a certain smell in here that I just don't know how to describe what it is. So you kind of get a little bit of citrus, and then I say more citrus and brown sugar than the bourbon. It's not real boozy or anything, but there could be a little bit of bourbon underneath there. If anything, it's kind of like you have bourbon and you have a whole bunch of citrus in it, like oranges or whatever's on the top, on the glass, or in the drink itself, and then like a whole bunch of brown sugar, so it's like real sweet and citrusy, and just barely any of the alcohol. Like you're not going to get any kind of buzz drinking this because it's just so much sweetness in there. Just a teeny bit of the alcohol. Not much alcohol volume in this one at all. But yeah. But it's pretty though too. It's got a prettiness to it. A sweetness kinda. Yeah, it's so hard to describe, and I almost everybody I've watched have said that. It's just super hard to describe this scent. But it's really nice though. I did enjoy it. So I had it going, or actually let me compare this first. I brought something to compare. I think I'd heard some people mention that, wondering if it's similar to Winter's Eve that was out in 2022, I believe, in the holiday bricks. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Winter's Eve was, to me, it was cologne and tree. It was like a cologne tree. I don't have the notes on here, but it's, yeah, it was like a cologne scent, but yet with tree. And I don't get any kind of tree in the warm winter night, or I don't get cologne in there either. If anything, it might be a tad bit more slightly perfumey, but not cologne to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could lean kind of unisex, so maybe I could see somebody think it might smell cologne, but not really. Yeah, it's nothing like that, I don't think. So I warmed this the first time in our master bedroom and master bath, and it was really good in there. It did really, really good. It was a nice, strong medium. Sorry, Phoebe. Phoebe. She's barking at. She's out here on the deck with me. She's barking at a dog. Somebody's walking their dog. Anyway, it was a nice, I'd probably say a strong medium in the master bedroom. Did really good in there. I really enjoyed it. Kept going in there thinking I really like it, even though I don't even know what I'm smelling exactly. It was so hard to describe and even discern exactly what I'm smelling in here. But all I know is that I liked it and it was really nice. Then I tried it in the open concept, and it did okay in the open concept, but it was fairly lighter compared to the bedroom, but I could still smell it. Then I did it, I think I did it. I don't think I did it, yeah. Those are the only two places I did that. I didn't do this in the hallway half bath. So I would say this is probably more suitable for a bedroom. You can do in the open concept, it's just gonna be a little bit lighter. I think this is definitely shined more in the bedroom. So yeah, it's nice. I don't think it's a repurchase for me, but I enjoyed it. I'll definitely enjoy the rest of that brick. All right, now number 3. This is where stuff changed up a little bit here. Number 3, well, that changed too, because I think Warm Winter Night, I think, was number 2 in my cold sniffs. I think Christmas Tree is the bottom, but Warm Winter Night was number 2. Number 3 is Butterscotch Brittle. So this is crushed peppermint, decadent butterscotch, buttery caramel, and creamy vanilla. Yeah, I really like this a lot. Even on the cold, I'm like, gosh, it's so good. To me, as I said in my cold sniffs, it's like Scary Good but with peppermint in it. And I still think that even when warming, to me it's like a Christmas version of Scary Good. It's like they took Scary Good, threw in some peppermint, and called it a Christmas scent. That's what I get out of this, because Scary Good has that toasted butterscotch, and you do get a butterscotch in here, but it's a toastiness. You get that toastiness in there. Yeah, it's like a toasty butterscotch, but it's not, it's just way, that butterscotch is way under there. I don't get a super strong butterscotch. Definitely get the toastiness. I get toasty, like a smoked toastiness more than I actually get the butterscotch. And I don't really get caramel a lot in this, really. Yeah, I don't get a lot of caramel in here. I get a toasty butterscotch, but not so much caramel. Or, yeah, caramel. I don't get much caramel in here. I think it was, who was it? Stacy's Sagas here on YouTube. She had mentioned that it kind of reminded her of cinnamon, so I had to pull out cinnamon and kind of compare it here. Phoebe, shh. Okay, to me it's not exactly like that, but I love cinnamon. Some people didn't like it, but I really liked it, especially when it warmed. It comes to life, and it's so good. Because there is a little bit of cinnamon in here, and Scary Good has cinnamon, there is some cinnamon in here, and then you got that peppermint. So that could have kind of come off cinnamon. A little bit, kind of. So it almost is almost like kind of like Scary Good with cinnamon, a little bit. But it's not exactly. There's something else in cinnamon that's not in here, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly like that to me. I would probably just say Scary Good with some peppermint in it. And I have Scary Good in the tester because I'm out of my bars. Yeah, it's like Scary Good but with peppermint. But it's really good. That peppermint really works in there. And that peppermint kind of gives it a little bit of a Christmassy feel. But yeah, I think it could be warmed even in the fall because it's got that Scary Good kind of quality, which almost even has like a pumpkin kind of a feel to it. Yeah, it's good. I liked it. So I warmed this the first time in the hallway half bath. It was super strong in there. Really good and strong in there. I went in there and it was like so good. The peppermint was really strong at first. The peppermint died down later in the day, but you could still smell it though, but man, it was really good at first. But it wasn't like too much peppermint, because I still got that undertone of like that Scary Good in there. But you could definitely smell the peppermint, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a typical Christmas peppermint. Like I didn't get like, oh, candy canes or anything necessarily when I smelled this. I think it's because that like butterscotch and that Scary Good, that smokiness kind of mellows it out a little bit, even though it's still there. Really good. And it just kept going in there. I had it going, I think, 3 to 4 days in that half bath with the door closed. But I kept going there and I'm like, it's still lasting. I can still smell this thing. Even when I took it out like the 3rd or 4th day, I could still smell it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to warm in the open concept because it should be fine, because it was super strong in the half bath. I did in the open concept. It wasn't nearly as strong. Like, it was not as light as Christmas Tree was in the open concept, but it was a lot lighter than it was in the half bath. And I was so disappointed because I was loving this in the half bath. I'm like, oh my god, I love it. It's going to be so great. I could maybe club it. I'm going to get more of this. And I thought for sure it'd do good in the open concept, and it was just so light. It's so much lighter in the open concept. I could smell it, but I wanted so much more in the open concept than what I got. So then I thought, let me try it in the bedroom. So I did it in the bedroom. It was still even a little bit lighter in the bedroom. I think Christmas Tree I almost smelled more than I did this in the bedroom. This, for some reason, in the open concept in the master bedroom, master bath, I just couldn't get it to perform as well as I could in that half bath. In the half bath, it was amazing. A+, I loved it. But then in the other rooms, it just didn't perform as well for me, so I'm not sure what happened. So that's why this has dropped down to number 3, because I almost was going to put it number 2, maybe even number 1 for a while there. When I had it going in that half bath, I was loving it so much, I'm like, this could be my favorite. But when I did it in the other rooms, it just didn't perform as well, so that dropped it down for me, because I don't want to keep I don't want to just warm it in the half bath all the time. So yeah, not sure what happened there, but it's down. It got down to my number 3, but I really like it. I'm gonna play with it some more and see if I can get it to throw in the other rooms better than what it did for me the first time in those other 2 rooms. So that's number 3. All right, number 2 is Wrapped in Lights, and this is Sparkling Lemon, Pomegranate, and Mulled Spices. This one, really good, very Christmassy. Yeah, I loved it, so good. Definitely get those mulling spices. That's really what I got the most of, but then you do get that fruity pomegranate as well. Probably the fruity pomegranate and the mulling spices is what you get mostly. Sparkling lemon, I know I've heard a lot of people say they get the lemon. I personally don't know if I really got lemon that much. Even now smelling it, I mean, if it is, it's way under there to me. If I hadn't heard there was lemon in this, I don't think I would have even said there was lemon in here. But because they say there's lemon, I may be thinking I can maybe see it in there a little bit. But I don't feel like I'm getting as much as some other people said they got lemon. I just mostly got that pomegranate, real fruity pomegranate. But those mulling spices were really good in here. And there also is a little bit of tree in here. There's something that comes off a little bit of tree. I've heard others say that, and I agree. There's a little bit of a tree in the background. Even though it's not in the notes, there's some kind of pine tree thing going on in there. It gives you that little bit of vibe of that in there. But it's so good. It's so Christmassy. It's so festive. Yeah. Sorry if it's getting dark. I'm trying to do this before the sun goes down. I was going to do it earlier, but somebody was mowing their grass. As soon as I put the tripod out here, somebody turned their lawnmower on. So I went in and ate dinner, came back out, and I'm losing the daylight, so I'm trying to hurry here. Really good though. If you want a really good Christmassy one, this one's probably the most Christmassy out of all of them. Christmas tree is too, but I think this is even more. This is just pure Christmas. Really good. So I have some other ones to compare. Holly Jolly Cider. I think I talked about this in my first sniffs. Holly Jolly Cider. I liked this a lot too last year, and it was very Christmassy. I thought it was just total Christmas. Yeah, it's so good. But this one it's got some of those kind of those cidery kind of spices. But then it's got tree. It's definitely got more tree than the Wrapped in Lights does. So I think that's why I like it a little bit more, because it definitely has more of a tree, but then all the cidery spices and everything, and it's so good. Yeah, I think I do like Holly Jolly Cider better, but I do really like Wrapped in Lights. And then I have Holiday Market. I think I pulled this out in my cool sniffs too. But yeah, this Holiday Market is so good. It's brighter. It's definitely got more the grapefruit and pomegranate juice. So they both have pomegranate, but it's just a brighter, and then the grapefruit brightens it up some. And this has allspice, and then this has the mulled spices. It's just a little bit of a brighter fruit, but then there's still spices in here though, but it's really good. It's just brighter, but I love this. I think I still like why am I forgetting the name? I just said it. Holiday Market. I can't see, it's dark out here. Holiday Market, I like it better even than this, but this is definitely Christmassy and really good. So yeah, so I did this. Let's see, where did I do this first? I did it in the, where did I do this first? I should have wrote this down. Holiday Wrapped in Lights. Open concept first. Really good in the open concept. No problem setting this at all. Fine in the open concept. No problems. Then I did in the bedroom. No problems in the bedroom either. I totally smelled it both places, so I had no problems with the throw on this one. This performed really good. Nice strong medium. Lingered about 2 days. Probably could have went to a third day or so. So yeah, this was good. It's my number 2. And then number 1. Oh, and then Christmas Cottage. I want to compare that too, because some people mentioned that. And I think I pulled this out. My first sniffs too, but yeah, it's got the spices too, like that does, but it's this has cloves and spices with oranges and raspberries. So it's got that fruit in there, but it's got a lot more spice, and it's got a lot more cinnamon in here. a deeper cinnamon for sure. Almost a little red hot-ish in this. And there's no red hot cinnamon at all in the Wrapped in Lights. It's definitely more mulled spices. So, number 1, salted caramel cider. This was so good. This is like perfection right here. Perfection. Loved it, loved it. So this is, hold on, let me see if I can turn these lights on above me. Okay, no. That was not good with the lights turned on. It was, sometimes when you have lights above you, it just totally does not, the lighting was terrible when I turned those lights on, so we're just going to deal with the light like this. Okay, so where was I at here? Oh, salted caramel cider. So the notes on this are, oh gosh, it's so hard to read out here in this dark. Let me get my phone so I can see a little bit of light on this here. Salted caramel, vanilla bean, fresh pressed apple cider. So good. Oh, it's so good. That caramel in here is amazing. It's such a smooth caramel. It's like butter. Like butter, this caramel. It is buttery too. It's got like a buttery caramel, but it's smooth, and it's not like a burnt caramel. It's not like a real astringent caramel, because some people don't like caramel scents because it can be astringent. It's not astringent at all. It's not like too sweet. It's perfect. It's so smooth and silky. Just, oh gosh, it's so good. It's like one of the best caramel scents. So good. But then you do get that apple cider in there. That fresh pressed apple cider. It's not a lot. It's not real spicy though. And I said in my cool sniffs that I kind of wish there was more cider in there. And it was more, I wanted more like spices in the apple cider. On warm, there's still not a lot. It's in there a little bit, but it's not real spicy. But there is some apple cider in there. But it works though. I'm fine with it not being real spicy because it was so good. Even without the spices, it's really good. The vanilla bean, yeah, the vanilla, it makes it kind of just sweet, vanilla-y a little bit. Can make the caramel a little more creamier because that vanilla maybe helps it be a little more smoother, I guess. So velvety. Oh, so good. Yeah, this was just amazing. So I brought out, where is it at here? Caramel apple craze. I cannot see these at all. It's so dark in here. Caramel apple craze I brought in the tester here, so I could compare them. I feel like this is definitely more apple. Yeah, caramel apple craze is way more stronger on the apple, and this is stronger. This is definitely more caramel in this with the undertone of the apple cider, and this is more apple forward. Caramel apple craze is with the undertone of caramel, I feel. Yeah, definitely more apple in the caramel apple craze. And then I also brought the salted caramel toffee because I think I heard somebody say that I think somebody commented on my video or something, they like salted caramel toffee better. This is just, there's no apple or anything in here. It's just, it's a darker, it's saltier. This salted caramel cider here, it was a little salty, but I didn't think it was real salty. Some people said they get saltiness in there, but I didn't, maybe a touch, but it's not that salty, I don't think. I feel like this caramel what is this again? I really need light here. Salted caramel toffee. This definitely is more salty to me. Yeah, and it's just a deeper caramel. Yeah, I personally prefer the salted caramel cider. That caramel's so velvety. And then somebody mentioned, people have been mentioning the Bright Cider Life. Where's that? Wrong one. Bright Cider Life. That it kind of gives them hints of Bright Cider Life in there. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't really get that personally. No, I don't get that at all, really. No, but Bright Cider Life is so good. Because this is, I think, apples and pumpkins and cider. There's no caramel or anything, but I guess, I don't know, part of it they thought was in here. I don't personally get that, really. But it's amazing. So good. That caramel is just to die for in here. So I warmed this, I think, first in the bedroom. No, actually, open concept. It was amazing. In the open concept, no problems filling my whole open concept, so good. Then I did it in the bedroom, master bedroom. Did amazing there as well. Loved it. No problems. Just like the Wrapped in Lights. I think this is actually almost a little bit stronger than the Wrapped in Lights. Even though Wrapped in Lights, when I did first have it going, I was making samples in the kitchen. Not of that, or I was doing something in the kitchen. What was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing, but I had it in the warmers there by where I was at in the kitchen, and it was just like going right up my nose. I'm like, ooh, it's almost, it was like choking me out almost. So that was pretty strong. I'd say they're pretty even. They're both a strong medium. Really good. No problems at all. I didn't try this in a small half bath because I'm sure it would have been fine in there, because it was fine in the open concept in the bedroom. But yeah, really good. Loved it. It was my #1. Okay, so I'm gonna hurry here before I lose all my light out here. So I would say if I could recommend any 2 of these for like a 2 for $40, it would be the, if I can even see them here, the Salted Caramel Cider and the Wrapped in Lights. These 2, or I would say, would be the best to get if you're getting 2 of them. Only 2 of them. If you only want one, Salted Caramel Cider, of course. If you want like just the super Christmassy ones, I would probably say the Christmas Tree and the Wrapped in Lights. If you want just pure Christmas, and it's not focusing, sorry. Camera, there we go. Yeah, those 2 are probably the most Christmassy. But yeah, that's my opinions on them, and that's what I would do. I definitely want more of the Caramel Cider. I'll probably have to get, and if I would do like a 2 for 40 brick, which I don't think, only ones I would want would be that one, and maybe, I don't know if I want Wrapped in Lights or not, because I think that's enough to fulfill me for now. But if it came out again, I would get some, but I don't think I need any more this Christmas. I have so many other Christmas scents I need to get through. I don't think I need any more this year. But I definitely want Salted Caramel Cider, and you can do that pretty much anytime, really. Fall even, and it's not really super specific. But I actually almost think I would probably get the Salted Caramel Cider and the Butterscotch Brittle, because that also could be other times besides just Christmas. Even though it's got peppermint, it could be lean a little bit of fall, because that kind of a scary good thing going on. So those are probably the 2 I would get, maybe. I don't know about clubbing Salted Caramel Cider. Even though I love it a lot, I will make that decision after I finish the rest of this brick. And then, because I'm being super strict about my club, because it's starting to get too big. Alright, so that's my thoughts. And it goes on sale this coming Monday, October 14th. I'm trying to hurry, and now my battery's flashing. October 14th, I believe, is at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so check your time zones accordingly. $24 each, 2 for $40, or you can buy all 5 for $100, but you have to get one of each. But you get 2 for $40, you can mix and match on our website or your consultant's website this coming Monday. Alright, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in our next video. Bye.